you tryna pull up to my crib, I think you really gotta go.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be ranking each and every breathing style in Project Slayers. Now before I get into the tier list, please remember that this is my own personal opinion on the breathing styles. So if you do disagree with me on any of them, feel free to comment if you think I was wrong about any of them. Anyway, starting off with B tier. Now I just want to say, if your favorite breathing ends up being in B tier, don't think it's because I think it's bad, I just think it's worse than all of the other breathings. So just keep in mind that there are no terrible breathings in the game. I'm just merely ranking them on which one I think is worse and which one I think is best. But anyway, first breathing on B tier is going to be insect breathing. Almost all of you probably saw this coming. It is sadly one of the worst breathings in the game, but like I said, that doesn't mean it's bad. It's just in my opinion, I think it's worse than all of the others. Now, it doesn't do much damage. The combos are decent. The range is actually pretty good. It just sadly doesn't do as much damage as all of the other breathings. But if you do use this breathing, my respects to you, because this breathing is actually a pretty hard breathing to use. But anyway, either way, it's going in B tier. Well then, moving on to A tier. A tier is a pretty hard one. Since I can't decide which breathing is better in A tier, I'm just going to say that all of the ones in A tier are just equally as good as each other. So the ones in A tier are really bad and they're not really good. They're just decent. They're all good in their own way, but they're not S tier. Anyway, starting off with the first breathing in A tier, I'm going to go with water. Now this breathing is overall just a decent breathing, and in my opinion is heavily underrated. Its water bassin move is insane as it has insane range. It also has pretty good combo potential, especially with the final move, Constant Flux. It's a very good combo extender. Damage in my opinion is alright, but overall for an underrated breathing, this breathing is actually pretty good for PvP. But anyway, moving on to the next one in A tier, it's going to be another heavily underrated breathing, and personally my favorite breathing in the entire game, which is Beast breathing. Now this breathing has insane combo potential. Now the reason why I say it has insane combo potential is because almost every single move in its breathing is straight up just combo extenders. Obviously, if a breathing only has combo extenders, there has to be some flaws, otherwise it would be extremely overpowered. Its flaw being that it has zero range moves at all. If you miss one of these moves, it is very punishing. Moves aren't quick either, they're extremely slow. So those are some of the only downfalls of this breathing. If it didn't have any of those, it would be at least a low S tier. Anyway, moving on to the next breathing, which is flame breathing. Now the sad thing about flame breathing, it doesn't have the best combos in the game, but its damage is insane, especially if you have Rengoku. It goes very well with it. Just once again, it's not one where it can be super effective in a PvP match, just like Beast breathing. It's also a very fun breathing to use as well, but sadly it just isn't as good as all of the other breathings in this tier list. But overall, it has really good damage, not that much combo potential. Well, I actually take that back. The combos are pretty good for this, it's just the combos aren't as good as all of the others. It also doesn't have much range either. I think it only has 2 range moves, which is good. 2 range moves is very good. But sadly, all of the others aren't as good. But anyway, onto the final breathing in A tier, which is going to be snow breathing. Now, just like every single other breathing on A tier, it is very underrated. And when I first tried this personally, it was one of my favorites. But seeing how good it is, the good combo potential it has, I mean, I'm pretty sure one of the moves that you use, it actually gives you iframes, which if you don't know what that means, it means people just straight up can't hit you when you use that move. Now, it may not last very long, but is very good to start combos. Another move that stood out to me as well was, I think, its first move, when you go into a little snow puddle, a bit like swamp, and you can deal damage to people, and when you go up from that snow puddle, it actually does damage, which is another reason why this is really good. I just don't think it deserves the S tier. But anyway, talking about S tier, the first breathing in S tier is going to be sound breathing. Now, I've seen a lot of people put sound breathing as one of the best ones in S tier, but in my opinion, I think sound is pretty overrated. I'm not saying it's bad, of course. It has very good combos, it has very good high damage, and its ultimate is insane. It's also the flashiest breathing out there, so you know. But I just don't think it can compete with the final top 2 breathings in this tier list. The second place being Wind Breathing. Now, this breathing used to be the best in the game, minus Thunder. This thing had range. This thing had insane combos. Until this day, it is unmatched. It is one of the best breathings, and I think it's always going to be one of the best breathings in the game. If you have not used this breathing yet in PvP, or at least PvE, please check it out, as you will enjoy it. It is fun as hell. And I've already mentioned this, but the range is insane. In fact, yes, I did mention that. I'm so stupid. But anyway, yeah, overall, this deserves its second place, as this is insane. But sadly, this breathing completely overthrows it. This breathing being first place in this tier list is Mist Breathing. Let's be honest, we all expected this, right? Mist Breathing is just insane. Especially its final move, Obscuring Clouds, that's what makes it shine. The combos are perfect, the damage is perfect, the range is perfect. It's even good for killing bosses. I know that this is more of a PvP kind of tier list, but I'm just going to say it is insane for killing bosses. But anyway, that's going to finish off this tier list. If you disagreed with any of these, please, put down your opinion in the comments below, and I'll see if I agree or disagree with it. I'll make sure to reply to you. I'll try to reply to every single comment that disagrees or agrees with me. Have a wonderful rest of your day/evening, and goodbye.